go ahead and start doing that. Here we go. Well, hi everyone. My name is Teddy Brosey. I realize that most of you don't know me. I am a family physician out here in Lynchburg, Virginia, and I love talking about food and healthy living. I am board certified in family medicine as well as in lifestyle medicine, and I talk all day about healthy living. So I feel honored to have been asked to talk about this topic, which is very near and dear to me today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So why are we talking about this? Well, I think a lot of you may already know a little bit about this. We are all terribly unhealthy. In the United States, 1 in 4 of us die of heart disease. 1 in 2 women and 1 in 3 men will develop some form of cancer. And 1 in 3 will have diabetes by 2050. And 1 in 5 children is currently obese. And I think the youngest child that I have seen with type 2 diabetes is the age of 10. And that is incredibly young for that particular problem. And so our children are way more harmed by poor diet than exposure of any drug, alcohol, or tobacco combined. And we should all be very scared about this. And why is this happening? Well, one of the big reasons is that we have all of these environmental toxins, and they continue to be increasing. I think we're all hearing about, global warming and what's going on with our planet. And we've got pollution, we've got water contaminations and pesticides, and it's everywhere. I don't remember the exact number, but there are hundreds of different drugs that can be found in our drinking water. And that's terrifying. And these are prescription drugs that people just throw out into the trash, or, how we used to kind of see in movies, they flush them down the toilet. And not only that, but the food quality that we're actually are consuming is significantly decreasing. More than 50% of what we as Americans eat is highly processed, full of preservatives and flavor enhancers and emulsifiers, and it's synthetic. It's, lots of growth hormones, GMOs, very non-nutritious, high calorie density, very low nutrient density. And taking a look at, even if you are eating healthfully, even if you're eating broccoli, for example, the broccoli today from even 20 or 30 years ago is significantly reduced in nutrient density. And studies show that anywhere between 50 to 80% of those key nutrients are lost before you even purchase it and take it home. And there's many reasons for this, but primarily because it has to travel very, very far to get to you. And then it also has to be grown in soil that is actually lacking in nutrients as well. Our soil is dead in many ways. But, that may make you feel hopeless, but there's actually a lot to be hopeful for. We can control a large part of our lifestyle, our health, by just adopting healthy lifestyle choices. And some of these you've heard, and some of them may be new to you, but, exercising daily and getting plenty of sleep, 7 to 8 hours a night, managing your stress through breathing techniques and relaxation techniques. Meditation can be very helpful. Drinking plenty of clean water, using as many safe products around your house as you can. And probably the most impactful one is to eat real food. And so this is what is our main topic of conversation tonight. Is fruits and vegetables, and how do we get more of it into our body. And this is important because about 75%, and probably a little higher than that now, I think a lot of lifestyle medicine doctors would agree that it's probably more like 80 to 85% of diseases are preventable with good nutrition. And why is that? And it's because of this oxidative stress. in antioxidants. So if you've ever seen an apple, this is probably my favorite example. And you've cut into an apple, and strangely enough, I have one for you. So I'll even demonstrate. My son literally just finished eating this apple. He's 5, so of course he did a terrible job. And I can see that it is already starting to form those brown spots. And if you've ever, made some sort of fruit salad, you always kind of squeeze some lemon on it, or if you rub some lemon on that apple, what you'll notice is doesn't turn brown nearly as fast. And that's because what's happening to that apple when it's exposed to the air and to the ailments is that it actually starts to age and form disease. And this is called oxidative stress. The same thing happens inside of our body. And what you're doing when you rub the lemon or squeeze the lemon on top of it is that you actually get some antioxidants on there which protect the apple from this oxidative stress, causing it to age much slower. And so that's why the good news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you. It's that they are so good for you that they could literally save your life. That's why I talk so much about them. And this is the really overwhelming part sometimes, even for me, is that we need about 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And if you're an athlete or a growing child, sometimes you need even more. And what is a serving? Well, it's about the size of your fist. And so if you think about, take like 2 seconds and just think about how many servings the size of your fist do you eat of fruits and vegetables every day. I think you'll probably quickly discover that it's probably not 7 and certainly not 13. And that is why we're here talking about how we can increase that intake. So I think somebody's microphone is unmuted. You could just check and see if that's you and just mute it for me. I would appreciate it very much. And let's see. And so why do we need so many servings of fruits and vegetables? And I think I kind of alluded to this a little bit. It's because we didn't, I'm sorry, a sound was really distracted. It's because the food has to travel so far to get to us and be transported over thousands of miles. It has to be picked really early, so it just doesn't have as much nutritional value when it gets to us. And it also,
hey, Shelly Kohler, can you please mute your phone?
I don't think I can find them to mute. Is it muted?
It's not yet, Dr. Brozzi. Are you the host?
I am, but I can't figure out how to mute them. I can't even see that person on my screen.
If you want to claim me host, I can mute people out while you continue on.
I think I have to. Okay, I think I have to get out, don't I? Stop sharing. I'm not very.
Yeah, you probably have to stop sharing. Okay, it looks like everybody's muted again.
Okay. Well, then I'll go back to talking. So, I'm not very tech savvy. I appreciate y'all's patience. So, all right, let's see. I forgot where we were at. We were here. So, all right. All right, so why not take a multivitamin, which is what most people go towards. And that is because one multivitamin is going to offer you maybe 20 things. And they're going to be just individually removed from that fruit or that vegetable and placed into a tablet. Whereas eating an apple is going to offer over 10,000 phytonutrients that are going to be working together in synergy to create that beautiful magic that happens inside the body when you eat that piece of fruit or vegetable. And so this is the one simple change that we can make in our everyday diets to make sure that we are bridging the gap, that we are eating as much variety, that rainbow of colors, as you can see all of this beautiful fruits and vegetables into our body every single day. I can't imagine eating this type of variety on a daily basis. I just don't find it possible personally. And we also offer this wonderful plant-based omega that we know that omegas are so important for heart, brain, joint, and skin and eye support. And this one just bypasses the fish and goes straight to the source that the fish get it from the plants, from the algae, and from the raspberries and the safflower tomatoes, and it's 100% plant-based, it's pure, it's sustainable, it's full spectrum, because all we usually hear is about omega-3s, but there's a variety of omegas that we need to get in just the right amounts. And so what Juice Plus has done is has made sure that we are getting that perfect synergy of healthy omegas, and it's in a vegan capsule. So if that's important to you, that is it is hard to find. And we further have the complete shakes. So these are my personal favorite because that's where you're going to get your broccoli sprouts, which have very high. It's like the highest anti-cancer properties of any food are in broccoli sprouts, along with radish sprouts and other kinds of sprouts. And one other thing, mushrooms and soy protein. And both of those things as a woman are very important to me because they're highly protective against breast cancer. And having them on a regular basis can significantly reduce the risk of that. And so this is one way that I can ensure that I am eating those types of foods every single day. And so Juice Plus is very unique because it's not actually a supplement. It is real food. It's not a vitamin. It comes with a food label. There are no additives. It is non-GMO. It's vegan. It's kosher. It's dairy and gluten-free. And most importantly, it's NSF certified. So we can be assured that it's contaminant, pesticide, and free of other banned substances, which to me, when I'm making as a physician a recommendation to someone, is really, really important. And it's the most researched brand name nutritional product in the world. It's got at least 35, I think it's more like 40 studies now. And they're all done in these very high respectable universities and hospitals around the world, like MD Anderson and others, the University of Texas, just really high quality research, using gold standard methods that are double blind, randomized, placebo controlled, tested on the product itself, tested on humans, not rats. Which is really important, one, because we as humans are not rats, so we're going to react differently to the food, but also because of ethical reasons. And all of these studies are published in peer-reviewed journals, which as a physician is really important to me, that this data is so strong. I can feel very comfortable recommending this product to my patients. And we have research that because of this high quality research, it has attracted thousands of doctors like myself, because we want our patients to have the best. And we want to be able to give them something that's going to be helpful to them. And this has demonstrated over and over again through its research how helpful it is to the human body. So I'm going to pause here for just a second and have some sharing of stories from some of our friends. And we're going to start with Chelsea, if she's available.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. So my name is Chelsea, and I have been a nurse for 6 years, in and out of nursing for 6 years. But honestly, after the first year, I was feeling really burnt out. I have a heart for prevention, and I was, I want to say, like stuck in sick care. Health is not really health care often. And as a nurse, I felt like I was stuck in fight or flight all the time. I was exhausted. I was run down. I felt like I was always anxious. Um, and quite frankly, self-care was really hard. Just working as a nurse, I was not really able to honor my personal priorities, and that was really frustrating. And I knew that, well, as my husband and I, we were considering starting a family, I felt confused and frustrated and just really fearful at times because of all the uncertainties. And I knew, though, that I wanted to still contribute to my family financially and still live out my passions and be at home and present. So my friend, she shared with me that her and her friends inspire healthy living by helping others get more plants into their diet. And it made sense to me right away. I knew that I didn't eat enough, and also that was exactly what I wanted to do. I have a heart for prevention, and it just made sense. I have never felt so fulfilled and passionate and excited about what I get to do. And truly, it's mission driven. It is a provision for my vision. And it's truly the vehicle to get me from where I was wanting to where I wanted to go. And I can finally lead by example. I have my energy, and I can truly, like I said, just lead by example. Um, my husband and I, we are bringing, and this opportunity has just given me the opportunity to he just as I was living life, I was sharing and just feeling really content like I had never in my life before. And I was still receiving a paycheck, and I was actually able to contribute financially to our dream garage that we're building while I took a step back and I was being present. And it was just truly such a gift. And my hopes is that I continue to impact families and future generations, and really impact them in ways that it's healthy habits and also creating this new set of vitals where we get to focus on healthcare and wellness and prevention. And I'm also hopeful that I will get to replace and surpass my nursing income. And I know my goal is to pay off our mortgage here in just the next couple years. So my challenge is for you to ask, what if you too, and why not you too? So I'm going to pass it to Amy next.
Hey everyone, I'm Amy. I think I'm the last one sitting at my son's baseball field right now, almost the last one because they have had semifinals tonight and it's been stopped 3 times for lightning, so hopefully they'll make it up another day. But I'm married to a Richmond firefighter who is wonderful. We have 4 kids, and I've been a physical therapist for 15 years. I've treated mostly sports and orthopedic patients, serious runners and triathletes. And when I was introduced to Juice Plus about 1.5 years ago, it was by a really close friend and fellow physical therapist. And I honestly didn't get it at first, why I needed it, because I considered myself fit and healthy. I ran marathons, I taught exercise classes, I led injury prevention workshops, although those made me feel like a fraud a lot of the times because I couldn't prevent my own injuries from happening. To me, nutrition was more about what not to eat than it was about fueling my body for health and performance. So I literally ran on fumes, and I struggled with infertility and major seasonal allergies. I was at a low point with my diagnosis of Hashimoto's thyroiditis when she shared with me one more time. I had joint pain, muscle aches, dizziness, fatigue, and suddenly it was really hard to juggle parenting and my career and workouts without feeling wiped out. I already took a dive headfirst into natural cures for autoimmunity and became the supplement queen with no real roadmap or results. My friend told me about the research on Juice Plus and the immune system, inflammation, and ovarian cancer support. And I finally paid attention because my mom passed away from ovarian cancer, and I didn't have a roadmap for that either. I was excited to try it, and I knew I'd want to share about it with others, so I joined the business the same day. Within weeks, I had more energy and my seasonal allergies disappeared. My non-existent menstrual cycle returned after 5 months and has been regular ever since. And other people at the field just heard that. My joints are happy and not achy. I recover from workouts much more quickly now. My autoimmune symptoms are well under control. And in fact, my thyroid medication dose has been reduced a couple times now. My husband and I and our kids, we all eat Juice Plus and we're all thriving, even my pickiest eater. I found my nutritional roadmap to share with family, friends, and patients. I value what we do as PTs, but I realized I was missing a key piece to the puzzle of treating pain and inflammation. So now this business has allowed me to work a more flexible schedule and impact more lives by paying forward this gift of whole food nutrition based on science. So thanks, and now we'll hear from Kristen.
Hey, thank you so much, guys. My name's Kristen, and my story, just like the other have discussed, I am also a nurse. I've been a nurse for 15 years now. Actually, just got home a few minutes ago and jumped in the shower. My story starts over 8 years ago. My son was diagnosed with severe food allergies and asthma, and both of them sent us to the hospital multiple times, and we were always scared, like, where or when, or were we going to be prepared? Would he have his next attack? Was there going to be a hospital nearby if he needed one? We toyed with, or didn't toy, he was on and off many medications depending on just the season and which symptoms he was having. He came down with mono actually 2 years in a row, which I didn't even know that was possible. And it was then that the doctor was started being concerned with his immune system. Was it even compromised? And then with me, ever since high school, I personally have suffered from debilitating headaches, and they'll take me out for days. And also like really severe stomach issues. And I just thought it was like my normal, didn't really pay much attention. I took over-the-counter medications or prescription medications for both, and nothing seemed to alleviate anything. Our diets were decent. I mean, I thought I was getting enough fruits and vegetables and meats and, doing the normal exercises, but I just wasn't getting enough. And 2 years ago, I began realizing that we needed just more colors and more assortment. And I, just like Teddy said earlier, how do you physically do that and be able to consume all of that? I'm a full-time working wife, and I work at the hospital, and I'm a mother of 2 active boys, and I just wanted help and answers. And it was then that my best friend shared that just the simple way that she had started with her family just to get 30 fruits and vegetables every day in her diet, and I decided to give it a go. And I was very hesitant at first. I'm terrible at consistency, so it took me a little bit longer to get pretty consistent. But my son is now both of him and I and my husband have been on it for over a year pretty consistently. He is off all his asthma medications, has not had a bout with his severe allergies. And then the doctor's even trying to remove the asthma diagnosis completely soon. I have suffered those debilitating headaches few and far between. And then I also no longer have to take preventative headache medicine or worry about where I'm eating, what I'm eating, and how close I can get to a bathroom because of what I chose. Like, I am completely regular, and all my symptoms have disappeared ever since I've started taking, about 6 months after I started taking Juice Plus on a consistent basis. And I choose to share my story with you guys because by trade and choice, I am a hardworking floor bedside nurse. I work on a busy unit that supports patients on their very best days of their lives, or sadly, during some of their worst nightmares. And with all the negativity and the sadness and the heartbreaking news that we have been hearing over the past year in today's world, I just wanted to find something positive. And so I decided to share my family's story with you guys to help, hopefully help others find healthier solutions just to bring more plants into their and fruits and vegetables in their diets. And my family also had a huge wake up call last year. My college roommate and good friend at 36 years old with no family history or risk factors was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. And we cannot choose where, if we get sick or just like the weather around us, or even if we can travel safely again. But what we can choose is to choose what we put in our bodies and the nutrients to help prepare us for whatever may lie ahead. So my family has benefited from Juice Plus, and I thought, why not try and help others? And I'm grateful for the positivity and the support that I received from my team, and I'm glad that I get to do it with my lifelong best friend by my side. And I hope that, thank you for listening, and I hope that I get to help you share your story soon. So back to you, Teddy.
Thank you so much. Oh, I just love hearing those stories. I have a personal journey through health as well that I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys at the end. It's so inspiring to hear how people's entire lives can change through healthy eating. All right, let me get back to our slides here. All right. Here we go. All right, so why I feel comfortable, and I'm going to keep saying this all the time because I think it's really important as a physician. One of the most important things to me when I share information with my patients is that it's evidence-based. And so the evidence is what makes me most comfortable with sharing with my patients. And this is one of my favorite parts. This is the Healthy Starts for Families program that Juice Plus has in place, where children ages 4 to 18, along with full-time college students, can actually receive the Juice Plus product free for up to 4 years. They get to eat the fruits and vegetables for free with an adult order. And I think this is amazing. And what families have reported is they're missing fewer days of school, that they're taking fewer over-the-counter and prescription medications, that kids are drinking more water, that they're visiting the doctors less and consuming less fast food. And so that is just amazing results. We need more of this. Freezing up. Here we go. And then we also have the tower gardens. And this is really where the future of growing is. I wish I could show you mine. I've got 2 of them. Actually, the light you're seeing reflect on me is from mine because it's right next to me. But how amazing is it to be able to grow all of your own greens? So in our garden, we grow all of our leafy greens and our herbs that we use. And then in our outside garden, we are currently growing tomatoes and peppers and strawberries and watermelons, and it's amazing. It uses way less water, less space. It yields 30% more food, and it happens 3 times faster. I literally plant them, and 2 weeks later, you can be eating off of those tower gardens. It's safe and nutritious, and you don't have to wonder who's touched your food at the grocery store, which I know right now is particularly important. And then we have the Jumpstart to Your Health program, which is also called the Shred 10. And this is where you can get even more support from your coach, from your group leader. You can get specific guidelines and free resources and cookbooks and recipes and lots of support that helps you get rid of the food, the toxins, and the unhealthful habits that are kind of haunting you. And you can do it with a group of people that are just as motivated and as excited as you are. And it's extremely affordable. So as far as products go, you know, for the price of a fancy cup of coffee, you can put this nutritious product into your body, and it's a lot healthier for you than that cup of coffee. And not only that, but your kids can eat it for free. And I just think that that is, no one can beat that. And we invite you to join our mission because we love sharing. And I know that for myself personally, once I learned about this and I learned about its value, and then I experienced the value with myself and my own family, it was just extremely natural to be able to share this because everybody wants to share good news with their friends and family. And you can share this product with them, and you can feel comfortable because you will be sharing in with core beliefs that have been around for a really long time and well established. And you can own your own business model, basically your own franchise for $52 a year, and there's just nothing else like it out there. And in the upper leadership positions, you can qualify for medical insurance and dental insurance and vision insurance and life insurance, long-term disability, chiropractic care, family tuition reimbursement. I never even knew this existed anymore. And you can get a monthly expense allowance. And I don't know of very many companies that offer this. And as a physician, this is definitely better package than what I get at my daily job. And Juice Plus has all the qualities of a top business opportunity, like a brand name and a tried and proven system that works. Juice Plus also loves to give back as a company. They are the title sponsor of the St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend, which is the largest one-day fundraiser event for St. Jude's. And they also donate a Tower Garden to every Boys and Girls Club in North America. And they have donated 10 million complete meals through the Volunteers of America. This is pretty incredible because when you have something good, you want to share it with other people. And so we invite you to join us in inspiring healthy living throughout the world. And what would that look like for you? What would an extra $300 look like for you? Would it be to cover a car payment, or to make a bigger donation to your favorite charity, or to save up for that favorite vacation? I don't know. But what it has allowed for me to do is to start dreaming about the possibilities. And since I realize there's a lot of maybe healthcare professionals on this call, there's the Wellness Plus program, which I personally utilize and work with a wellness coordinator, where I get to share this beautiful nutrition with my patients, and then I can refer them to her so that she can do all the sort of work with them in explaining the product in more detail and getting them all set up to eat the Juice Plus nutrition. And so it's a wonderful way for you to be able to share, but as a busy physician who doesn't have a lot of time to do all the legwork, you get to have somebody help and partner up with you to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and tell you a little bit about my story. So my story really began about 8 years ago when I was a third-year medical student, actually just starting. And I was pretty much went to the doctor myself and found out that I was hypertensive and that my cholesterol was elevated, and I was the age of 34, and I was really just heartbroken about it. Approaching morbid obesity, I knew that a lot of things had to change, but I found myself completely lost as to what to do. And that was really disheartening because as a medical student and a future physician, I just couldn't believe that I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to get myself better. And by the sheer luck, I was sitting down to watch TV, and a PBS special, Eat to Live, came on TV, and really just opened up my eyes to the possibility of using food as medicine. It was a concept that I actually went through nursing school before I went through medical school, had never heard this concept taught before. In all of my education in medical school, had never heard this taught before. And I was frankly pretty angry about it. So my family and I, we really started to institute the Eat to Live principles, and very quickly, our health changed. And from there, I really went through residency and continued to learn about nutrition and started to talk about nutrition with my patients, whole food, plant-based nutrition. But it wasn't until I met Carla that I really learned about Juice Plus. So my journey really into Juice Plus came from a very different place, as we were already eating very healthfully. When she first approached me about 3 years ago, we met at a whole food plant-based nutrition support group. She and started talking about this Juice Plus stuff. I was really very dismissive, which I still feel bad about. But I was like, Carla, supplements don't work. I've read the research on supplements. They don't work. I have no thank you, but no thank you. One day, it took about a year, but she finally just said, can you just read the research and I'll leave you alone? And I was like, sure, you have research, I'll read the research. And once I read the research, I actually said, we need to put this in our bodies. And I was still a little skeptical about whether I would feel any improvements personally, because I had gone through already such a major transition in my own health, went from switching from a standard American diet to a whole food plant-based diet. But even still, I noticed improvements, in particular in my tiredness. I wasn't nearly as tired, and how many sick days. So every year still had a few colds. And then the longer that we ate Juice Plus, the fewer colds and the less frequent colds that we got. And as a primary care physician, I am constantly getting coughed on and all kinds of things that we won't talk about because no one needs to hear them. But and so it was a very natural transition. It took me a little while to agree to try it. And then once I tried it and started beginning to see improvements within my own family, I really couldn't wait. I actually felt just like I felt a moral obligation to share whole food plant-based nutrition with my patients, because I had this knowledge. I knew how much it could help them. I had to share about how food can help them. I felt the same sort of moral obligation to share Juice Plus with my patients, because I'm constantly getting asked, what vitamins do you recommend? What supplements do you recommend? What do you think about this product? What do you think about that product? And up until this point, I've never, ever felt confident or comfortable saying, you know what, I think that's going to be great for you to put into your body. I always just kind of say, I don't know, show me the research. And now I can very comfortably and confidently tell my patients and make this recommendation and send them over to my wellness coordinator, who's Carla Jones, and let her take over from there and watch them flourish further. And I've seen, lots of health improvements in myself personally and my family, but also in my patients, using Juice Plus as a stepping stone sometimes, and also just as an additional booster to their health and wellness. So, and then, some of you may wonder, why does a physician need extra income, right? And so surely we make enough money. And yes, I certainly make enough money. But what people don't realize is that physicians graduate with a tremendous amount of debt, about almost $500,000 in medical school debt, which is daunting, because I would be paying that off for the rest of my, probably into retirement, honestly, if it wasn't for Juice Plus. And so what Juice Plus has allowed for us to do is to actually be able to pay off my student loans faster, which has allowed for us to really do the things that we really want to do, which is acquire some property and build a lifestyle medicine retreat. And so we just bought our property, and I'm so excited and so thankful. Watch out, because we have a 5-year plan and I'm excited to be able to share more lifestyle medicine with our community around here. So if you liked what you heard tonight, I would encourage you to talk to the person that invited you. If you have questions, I'm sure that they will be eager to answer them for you. And I'm always willing to answer questions, especially I know that as a physician, I was really nervous about making this recommendation to my patients, and any physicians out there, I'm always happy to talk to, but really anyone. So I think that's all I have for you tonight. I hope that you enjoyed the information. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.